beginning of the end.
What a journey. I mean, it's been incredible.
Now, the incredible journey of Stranger Things ending nearly a decade after Will's trip to the Upside Down.
You won't believe what happened when you were gone, man.
It was mental.
E.T.'s breaking down everything we know about the fifth and final season.
I'm coming to terms with it slowly, so I'm ready.
From cast reactions to casting announcements.
I'll see you in Hawkins.
I like to see what they're coming up with. I like to see what the writers have in store.
Well, as the writer's room tells it, the final episodes are as if Season 1 and Season 4 had a baby, and then that baby was injected with steroids.
Season 5 has now been announced as the fifth and final season.
Sad face.
Bittersweet?
Well, yeah, but we also want to go out strong. We want to finish strong.
So where did we leave off? Oh, right.
Mom, it's snowing!
Vecna spelling the end of days in the cliffhanger finale.
Yeah, it gets bigger and scarier and wilder.
And 11, she's got a lot on her plate in the wake of Papa's death, hoping to also save a comatose Max, whom the Duffer brothers revealed nearly didn't make it.
Max was actually supposed to die at the end of season 4.
This was news to me. I'm glad she's still alive technically, or she's in some kind of in-between state right now. I'm not sure, but yeah, that was shocking news to me.
Oh my God. Did you talk to them after and be like, hey, what gives?
I think I understand. When you're on a show like this, like that's kind of what you're in for. Like you don't know if you're gonna make it.
You are my family.
Is there one person or character in particular you hope they bring back for the final season?
Papa. Yeah.
While most Season 5 details are firmly under wraps, we do have a sneak peek at the first scene. The script reads darkness, the sound of a cold wind, groaning trees, and a child's voice singing a familiar song. Kate Bush's 80s hit, which found itself back on the charts after Season 4, a solid guess for the song in question. But then again, so's this one. The last song Eddie Munson ever played.
It feels earned, and it feels fun, and it feels like the perfect crescendo for this crazy sequence. And I just think the inventiveness to kind of come up with that and the bravery to put it in.
What are you even looking for?
Madonna, Blondie, Bowie, Beatles, music! We need music!
This is music!
Oh, I wish I could spoil it for you. I don't know anything. They don't tell me. If you could go through my phone right now, they'd never text me. They'd never tell me anything because they know that I talk to people like you, and they know that I'm gonna spill the deeds.
As we see the ensemble reunite in their small Indiana town, everything points to the show going back to its Season 1 roots.
You were saying?
It's going to be hard to replicate the Barb phenomenon, but we'll see what happens.
Well, Eddie happened.
I wish everyone had gotten to know him. Really know him. Because they would have loved him. Mr. Munson. They would have loved him. Even in the end, he never stopped being Eddie.
Oh, it's so beautiful, isn't it? I think that they both did that scene so delicately and gorgeous. Yeah, it's so gorgeous. And I think kind of the main injustice that I think people are kind of, the pill that people are kind of finding hard to swallow is the fact that people don't know that he dies a hero.
The fan favorite's death sparking fan theories in the aftermath.
One of them is that he could come back as Vecna's second in command.
I mean, it's a good fan theory. Yeah, it's good.
Is that an actual theory?
You know, sometimes I deep dive on Reddit and then I get really convinced. And
Reddit theory, the TikTok theory. I mean, there's too much. There's too much out there.
That said, Joseph Quinn told E.T. why he might have hung up his Hellfire Club jacket for good.
I mean, they're spinning so many plates with how many characters they've got. Yeah. I think they've really got their work cut out for them next season. Yeah. But I think it was the right way for Eddie to go, I think.
Will?
Winona Ryder kickstarted a trend of the show casting 80s icons. She was followed by a Goonie, a swashbuckler, and yes, even Freddy Krueger.
I am Linda Hamilton, and I am so excited to share this news with you. I'm joining the cast for Stranger Things 5.
Now Sarah Connor herself, ready to help another sci-fi franchise go out with a bang.
I don't know how to be a fangirl and an actress at the same time. I'm gonna work on that. I'll see you in Hawkins.
Have you began to process the ending of the show?
Yeah, if I think about it too much, I get really sad. Because it's just been such a huge part of all of our lives, and I think we're going to be really sad to say goodbye to these characters and to this cast and crew. Because there's this like security knowing that like you're always going to go back for another season. So now that, you know, we won't have that anymore, it's going to be really sad to say goodbye. But I mean, what a journey. I mean, it's been incredible.
As for a premiere date, keep in mind the Hollywood strikes delayed filming for months, meaning we probably won't see the 5th season before 2025, 9 years after season 1 turned its teenage actors into superstars.
I think it's definitely inevitable that we are going to see some older Stranger Things kids. They are now adults. That's something that the Duffer brothers have under control. I think that they are well aware and prepared to kind of change the script as needed.
We could just play D&D and Nintendo for the rest of our lives.
It's gonna be a while. It's an unfortunate thing to say, but while they can get right back into work, a show like that takes a lot of time. We've seen that every season of Stranger Things, that it's taken a long time because of the amount of effects and work that goes in behind the scenes.
You've grown. Yeah. You shrunk.
Ready?
I think we're ready. I mean, it's bittersweet, of course, because it changed all of our lives.
While the flagship series prepares to sign off, the overall franchise is just getting started. Both a live action and an animated spin-off are in the works, but no details for now.
You're going to have the audience reacting in a way that simply isn't possible with the show.
Meanwhile, the mythology's crossing into a brand new medium. Stranger Things: The First Shadow, now playing in London's West End, a prequel set in Hawkins circa 1959.
The main thrust of the story is Hattie and her little budding romance with Henry.
It's also the origin story of how Henry Creel became #1.
It's the origin of Stranger Things. It's the origin of the Upside Down.
As we wait to see if these kids will live to see the 90s, here's David Harbour with a hopeful message for the longtime fans.
Well, I'm such a fan of the show, always have been and continue to be, and I think those guys, the Duffer brothers, are real geniuses. But just because it's the end of Stranger Things doesn't mean it's the end of them creatively, and I feel like they'll go on to create other things that are gorgeous and that we'll fall in love with as much as Stranger Things. So it is the end of one thing, but the beginning of possibly a new chapter that's just as beautiful.